G'day Finroo, how you doing? Welcome along to Homebrew Wednesday today on a Thursday, but I'm sure it's Wednesday on the Northern Hemisphere. So, today I kegged, you may have seen my short, I kegged the, what is now being called the Brewed Awakening. The Brewed Awakening. It was called the Brewed Awakening. However, our mate Skid said to me, should we call the Brewed Awakening? I said, nice job. So that's called the Brewed Awakening, and I kegged it. It's not ready, but let's just go through the flavours. So it's on fairly high, very high. I only just kegged it, so it's not carved at all. But let's have we talk about what we've got at the moment. It's always fun to get into it straight as soon as you keg it, just to see how it tastes. And I have actually had a taste of it, and I've got a few things to say about it. So, cheers. Let's just have a wee look at the Brewed Awakening. Ooh, I had to go out to Rolleston with my mate the other day and pick up a new gas cylinder. So that's all done. Got a fresh gas cylinder. One of the jobs I wanted to do is I want to drill a hole in the side of the fridge, the keg fridge, so that I can just so I can keep the gas cylinder on the outside and do it like that. At the moment it's in there as well. So you can see it's cloudy. Now if you remember, I forgot to put, so let's go for appearance. I forgot to put the Wurflock tablet in and the yeast nutrients. So is it going to clear? I don't know, although today I was watching the Beer Man. Put a short up about putting gelatine in it, and I might just do that. I think I may do that tomorrow. Probably should have done it today, but it doesn't matter. I can always do it tomorrow, so we'll run through that another time. So the colour's quite nice, and so I'm happy with the colour. This has 3 malts. It has pale malt, biscuit malt, and dark crystal malt. So, and there's definitely a nice English hoppy aroma, if you like. And so let's dive in and have a look at what we've got. Cheers. So it finished at 10:11. So the bitterness that I was worried about, I said it was about 80 IBU. It's not. It's probably about 20. So at least now I know from putting the hop additions in at this is fresh wort for the new viewers. So it's wet hop brew, I should say, from my homegrown hops. So it was 115 grams at 20, 115 grams at 15. No, 115 grams at 20 minutes. It was 115 grams at 10 minutes, 115 grams at 5 minutes, and 115 grams at 1 minute. With the computer software that I have, it said it's going to be about 80 IBU. There's no bit. I didn't use any in the bittering. So it's nice. It's going to be really good once it carbs up and I give it about a couple of weeks. It's going to be really, really nice. So it's got a beautiful aroma, very spicy. You know, the Fuggles hops, I should say. Giving me a really good idea of what my Fuggles are like. I think next year I might add just like 5 or 10 grams at first wort, just for a little bit of bittering. Although I might even actually, if I have another good crop next year, I may actually add some wet hops to the as a bittering hop, like 60 minutes or 80 minute first wort. So, but very nice, beautiful colour. Needs to clear up. As I say, I may put some gelatine in it, but we'll just see what happens. No off flavours. I'm really happy about that. So my process is once again has been proved to do all right. And every time I steer away from my process, quite often I get issues. But so that's really nice. I'm happy. Next week on Homebrew Wednesday, it'll be a good taste test. So stick around and come back for that. I have actually been drinking. I had a great time actually out here in the brew shed today, just kegging this beer, just mucking around and farting about, as you do. Listening to the radio and learning about tariffs and things like that. I won't go there. So it's all good. So this is actually quite a nice beer, this one. Krombacher. And I've been drinking it out of my Venesteffen glass that I got, I think it was last Christmas. Just bought it from the supermarket with a 3-pack of beer. Very nice beer that. But so is this, and this is only $6 for a 600ml beer, 660ml bottle. So that's awesome. I need to do a little bit of maintenance in the brewery. Just a few things, like it's quite dirty in here. The keg fridge needs a good sanitation and clean out, and I'll drill that hole. We'll get to that on another date. Another job that I have to do, just getting up to date, is if you guys watch Stoneyard Vineyard, my mate Stoney, Don, he so this is the lid to my boil kettle. I need to do what he's done and cut a piece out of this in my boil kettle so that I can put my siphon pump in there, and the wort chiller, copper wort chiller needs to come, have a gap there. Not really satisfactory the way that it is, that I've been putting up with it forever. I usually just sort of offset it from the boil pot, and then you've got all this area that's exposed. It's not a big deal, but I need to really clean this pot well. And Stoney's also just done a video about cleaning with PBW. So I need to just I might brew next week, but I might spend a few hours next week just going through all my equipment, making sure it's clean, making sure it's tidy, making sure everything is working well, and maybe do a check sheet and just see how we go. So he's got that piece cut right out, and it's not much. It's only like I guess you'd say 40 mil, 40 mil, which is about an inch and a bit, inch and a half, I think. I think 32 is like an inch. 32 millimeters is an inch, I think. But it's anyways, I may even do another one so I can, because I don't normally like to take out the chiller and then siphon, because I just feel that when I lift the chiller out, all the cold break is going to get pushed back into suspension again, and then you're going to put it back in your beer. So I may actually do 2 cutouts side by side, and so I can accommodate for the siphon pump, and I can accommodate for the copper wort chiller. So that's a new job I've got to do. Home brewing, always something to do, and it's great. It's great fun. And I think that's about it I've got for you today. Definitely going to do the Tired Bastard. Well, I always call it my dark mild, but it's actually more of Mark Crewwolf says to me, he brewed it. He's brewed it once or twice, and so has Skid Baxter and a few other people, which is great. They like it, but I think the comments it's more like a porter or just a dark beer. So, it started off as a dark mild because we used the yeast called M15 by Mangrove Jacks, and it would not ferment down past 10-20, and it just wouldn't. So it was under 4%. It was only 3. But most of the reason that you have a mild is it's mildly hopped. Is more the thing than the alcohol. Very mildly hopped. So might address that again. But definitely the Tired Bastard, whatever you want to call it, dark beer, freaking mild porter, American porter. It's well hopped. It's definitely going to be my next brew. So I think that's about it for Homebrew Wednesday today. Thanks for coming in. Please like and subscribe. And I've got some new subscribers, so thanks so much for coming along and having a look. I really appreciate it. And yeah, let me know who you are in the comments. And until next week when we do a proper taste test on this Brewed Awakening. The Brewed Awakening, and do some labels for it. The Brewed Awakening, cheers. And those fresh hops are actually very, very nice. I'm just used to a little bit more bitterness in my beer. But it's a beautiful. I did a yeast starter, if you remember, with one packet of US 05. Did a yeast starter, and I like doing yeast starters. Oh, one thing I did do, which I will quickly say to you, is let you know about, is in here. So I did a yeast starter last time, which went well, and so next time I won't do a yeast starter because I've saved my slurry. Alright, so all I've done, and that was foamed up to the top there when I put the lid on. So this was just a sanitised jar. I think there were pickles in this. This is just a pickle jar. So my next brew, I just poured the beer off the top of it and swished it around in the bucket, and then poured it into here. And so I'll be using that in my next brew, which will be a totally different brew. It'll be a dark beer. So. Yeah, so that's what I'll do, and I won't bother with the starter with it because it's basically, there's that much yeast in it, it's that healthy, it's just going to kick off like a rocket. Alright, so cheers guys, you take care, and stay safe and all that, and enjoy your beer. Cheers. Very happy. Cheers guys.